Hi everyone, it's Carrie Ann from Stampin' on the Bright Side, and today we're going to work on a card with what I thought was going to be my favorite paper. I think it's tied for my favorite paper. I just haven't done so much with it yet. I didn't think I would like Tropical Oasis as much as I did, and Poppies, and I spent a lot of energy working with those and realized that I was ignoring this beautiful lily paper. So this is called Lily Impressions, and let me just quick preview. I mean, this is so pretty. So many pretty, oh my gosh, so many pretty papers in here. So much you can do with it. Hopefully I will be able to do some more in the coming weeks. This is going out. The last chance to buy it will be June 2nd. So make sure that if you love it as much as I do, you get it. I will still be playing with that, I'm sure, over the summer. So we're going to be making this card. We're going to be using the lovely little stamp pad. Lovely Lily Pad stamp pad, sorry, Peaceful Moments. We're going to use this sentiment right here. And then I went ahead and did the die cutting because my camera space is low and I wanted to make the video just a little bit quicker. So we're using these dies out of the set. And here are, I'll go ahead and put them up, maybe, if I can find where they go. Okay, I think that goes there, here, and something like that. But anyway, this, I want to play with that too. Hopefully get to this week. All right, so I went ahead and cut the paper for you also, but I'll say what the layers are as we go. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with, this is Pool Party, sorry, 8.5 by 5.5, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it and burnish it with my bone folder. Okay. And I am going to be moving a little quickly. I think I'm going to use my snail. It's a little bit faster than the liquid glue. Okay, there's cat hair. So let me clear the cat hair off. Cat hasn't been up here in a while, but okay. Anyway, so then we have a layer of Bermuda Bay, and this is cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, so that there's a frame of the pool party, but not a big frame. This makes me a little bit nervous. I kind of feel like I want to use my liquid glue. With snail and most other tape runners, once you get it down, it's down. And with this close of an edge, I'm a little nervous. Maybe it won't be crooked. Okay, okay. Then we have a layer of Whisper White. This is 5 1/4 by 4. You know what? I want to go ahead and stamp on this first. I'm going to stamp right here at the bottom with this, and that way if I mess up, I can flip it over. So I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Life is better with a friend like you. Anybody would love to get a card that said that, I know. I know I would, for sure. It's always nice to hear something nice about yourself, especially in these times where everybody just kind of is doing the best they can. Or most people are doing the best that they can. Yeah, there's cat hair. Pick a friend who's not allergic to cats. This too. Okay, again, I'm going to try to be very, very careful because, again, I have this layered so that the layer below barely peeks through. I just wanted a hint of the colors. I wanted the paper to really, my theme kind of for a lot of my cards is let the paper do the talking. And the paper is so beautiful. Why not? I'm going to go ahead and layer the DSP. The DSP is cut at 5 1/4 by 2 3/8. And it is designed and cut so that the layer that I'm putting it on, it and the layer that I'm putting on will go all the way over. It needs to go all the way to the edge on either side. And then it's going to go all the way to the edge of the Whisper White. Just like that. And everything is getting just layered directly on. We'll pop dot the lily later, or lily, what is it called? I mean, it's not a lily. The lily pad flower, whatever it's called. Okay, I'm going to come down a little bit lower. Okay, so I mean, look how fast that is already. I mean, we're already what, not even 4.5 minutes in, and we already are almost finished. Of course, I'm with the prep work. I mean, you already had to do the cutting and stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp on these. A lot of people stamp first and then cut, and sometimes I do that too. It's not always necessary. I'm looking for my foam pad that I had out. I had it out. Okay, so now maybe it's hiding where my, oh there, nope, yeah, hang on, where my silicone mat is. I can't find my silicone mat anywhere. I don't know what happened to it. Okay, I think, make sure I have these right. I think I have them right. Okay, and so I gotta find the stamps now. I put them up. Why did I put them up? I knew I was making a video. I got so excited, I guess, about this. The card turned out so pretty. It was just really, if I do say so myself, I was really happy and excited about it. And I love how they're doing these now. So, but I think it's because you can, I think you can put ink on this side and have a solid color. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to. All right, so this is Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to do tone on tone and stamp with Flirty Flamingo right directly on the flowers. And I want to make sure I have these positioned correctly first. So yeah, that one's good. Okay. Make sure I didn't have them flipped upside down by accident. You can usually tell. The top has kind of rounded edges. The bottom is more straight. You just hold for a few seconds. Good. All right. Same thing for this one. See, you can cut out first and then stamp, or you could stamp and then cut out. Either one. It's fine. With these photopolymer stamps, you can see right through them and see where ink is being placed, so it works out fine. Hold just for a few seconds. Tell yourself how awesome you are. And I need a lily pad. So let me clean this off real quick using my chamois. And put it back where it belongs. I love, oh, you didn't get to see what I was talking about. I love how they've imprinted right here so that these can just fit right here. And then you just take the little plastic sheet that came with it and lay it right back over. All right, so let's get this guy. He had something on him. I don't know why. That was weird. All right, this is garden green paper. So we're going to use garden green. And again, tone on tone. This is an older stamp pad, but you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. What's going to take the longest, in my opinion, and you don't have to do this, the next step that's coming up, but I just like to, so I'm going to go ahead and do it, is I went ahead and cut out the details as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean off and get my stamps put away. Since I have a habit, apparently, of losing things, I don't want to lose any more. And so I've lost the little plastic sheet. No, I haven't. There it is. Just lay that over top of it, and then you're good to go. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna Wink Estella all the lines here, real quick. It doesn't take long. It seems like it does. It's a little tedious, but it's not too bad. Wink goes on very quickly. I'm just going everywhere I see a dark line. And I'm not being that careful about it. So, I mean, it's okay. It's Lily Impressions. It's meant to be impressionistic, so, I mean, nothing has to be perfect. Same here with these. I'm left-handed, so I'm just going to pull from right to left. My hand's a little shaky for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not stressed. Well, I am kind of stressed. This is the last week for students to turn in work, and I have several students that still are not turning in work, and their parents are no longer answering the phone. So, yeah, my stress level is a tiny bit up, so that's why I'm taking my lunch break to make videos when I probably should have eaten something. But I'll munch on something. I'll eat a sandwich while I'm grading my next set of papers. I have 2 more batches to do, and then I'll be able to finalize grades for some more students and contact them and let them know that they're good to go. I think all but maybe a half a dozen of my students are going to be good to go. The rest, I don't know what we're going to do about them. But our school district has a plan. I'll just roll with it, whatever they tell me to do. And then I hope they're putting together, while they're doing all of this, I'm really hoping that they're putting together a plan for when this happens again next year. I don't think it's going to be as bad next year, maybe. But there is probably going to be some time where we'll have to be out. Anyway, I don't talk about that anymore. Let's talk about fun stuff. Focus back onto what we're doing. I need glue. Okay, so I don't have, like I said, I lost my silicone mats. I'm just going to use this old yucky one I had from before. All right, and what I'm going to do, and these are pretty enough just to put on just like this, honestly. You could. I did do the 3-dimensional thing. You don't have to. And you could actually Wink Estella the 3-dimensional. I may still do that. But I'm just going to go ahead, and do it because I like it. And my fine tip glue, I'm terrible with the fine tip glue. I cannot make it work. None of my fine tip glues work. I know a lot of people that do. They're fine with it. they don't struggle like I do with it. But mine gets clogged even when the little pin is in there. I don't really know what I'm doing wrong. I did find out that I could take it all apart and soak it in Dawn dish soap, I think is what they said, and the glue would come loose, and it's only Dawn that works. But then I'm pretty sure like I guess I could put saran wrap maybe over the top. This is probably too much glue too. I'm kind of in a hurry. I took a little bit longer when I did it off camera, the other card, to get finer lines than this. So I'm not being as careful this time, and it's very sloppy, but it will dry clear. Okay, so this goes on the top part of the lily. You can see it actually fits the stamping perfectly. So I'm just going to very carefully lay it down, hold it steady, and then put the other side down. And then just let it sit. I'm going to keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't pop back up while I'm gluing this other little piece on. Unstick. Okay, I think I need to do this because my finger had a little bit of glue on it, and I'm not in the mood to fight it. So, no. So anyway, we've had some really beautiful weather during this time, at least. One thing that I was not very big on was self-care, and I know some people are starting to kind of roll their eyes at that a little bit, but I believe that that's very important, and I was not taking care of myself. Letting myself get overwhelmed and exhausted and just not feeling well at all. And now I've made it a point to make sure that I go outside and spend time watching the birds. We go down to the bay at least once a week, and just my husband throws his cast net. Sometimes he's successful, sometimes not, but really it's for me to be able just to go and sit and just chill out a little bit. All right, I don't even know if there's a 3D. There isn't a 3D. Okay, I was just looking to see, was there a 3D version of this guy here, the lily pad, and I don't see that. I just glued him directly on. So I'm just going to do that. And then, and he went right about there. Okay, and then I used dimensionals for this one, the large lily pad flower. I am going to find out what the actual name is before all is said and done. I will know it. So I popped this up. It just really added, it's dimensional, so they add dimension, of course, but it really did add something to it. Make it a little bit, oops, extra special. And just position it right there. Okay. All right, then what I did is I took, these are Share What You Love Artisan Pearls, and I'm pretty sure, I thought they were this year's catalog, but they weren't. I got them at the end of last year. But you can take regular pearls, and you can use the blends. So let's see, that's lovely lipstick. Hang on, I need to find, well, you know what, let's just use the lovely lipstick, and I'll just show you. You can color these whatever shade you want. Take the regular pearls and color them. I think that's why they stopped doing so much with the colored pearls, because you can color them. So color the regular pearls. So, really, you can make whatever colors. And because I have these, I'm just going to go ahead and use them. There's no point in them just sitting there, not getting used. And so what I did, just to add a little bit of dimension, I just added it. I put one right here. I don't know if you can see that. And I usually do them in 3s. Whoa, don't do that. Okay. And just line them all up. You can line them up however you please. This is just how I did it this time. Most of the time I do it horizontally. That time I just did it vertically. I thought it looked better because of the width of the space. It just seemed to fit better. Okay, then the last thing is to take this right here, and we're just going to put a little smidge of liquid glue and put that on the inside. And that will finish up the card. Just add a little bit of extra to the inside. And isn't that pretty? Okay, so here's our original one. So I did the placement of the flower slightly different, but it's still good. I like it. I like the pearls on this one better. These are a little bit too low. I wasn't careful. I didn't start in the middle on this one. That's why I need to start in the middle on this, the one I did with you guys. All right, so what do you think of it? I think it's beautiful. And I'm looking forward to giving it to somebody, and hopefully they will enjoy it as much as I do. All right, so don't forget to visit my shopping page, carrieannkinky.stampinup.net, and visit me on Facebook, Stampin' on the Bright Side. And thank you for joining me. See you next time. Bye.